I try to leave no stone unturned when I'm bringing you guys good content and information. So, although it's not a shipping container, these sausages, you can get them at Sam's. They're obviously Maker's Mark, which is the Sam's brand. They're a jalapeno cheddar smoked sausage. I'm sure you guys can all read, but from a one to 10 scale, cost, value, flavor, these are a legit 9.7. I don't even know what a 10 would be. So if you're at Sam's, grab these sausages if you like meat. They do say jalapeno. They're not really spicy. My wife says my tongue is burned off from eating spicy food. I don't think these are spicy at all. The kids eat them, and they're usually really sensitive to spicy stuff. So take it for what it's worth. But I thought these were worth shooting because they're so good, like out of this park. Good. I don't even know what other words to describe them. I brought them in here. Everyone destroys them. You just throw each one in the microwave for like 50 seconds. You're good to go. But some of the best sausages I've ever had in my life. Weekly update. Let's start with I shoot a bunch of shorts all week, so I've been through some of this, but I'll just run through everything I kind of see in front of me for the moment. Welding shield. I had never seen one of these. Sorry, guys. It was new to me when I saw it. So, welding, sparks, grinding, shield. We got the tarp on Amazon, I think, and then we built the little 1x1 enclosure for it. There's the feet. This was mostly just scrap laying around. That keeps all the grinding dust and metal particles and all that stuff over here. So for probably 2 hours labor and $10 worth of tarp and $20 worth of metal, pretty priceless. It keeps the brake area clean and segregated. So first thing I saw, so I wanted to show it to you. Here is a 48 by 36 window frame. I think oh, I know what these are. We're going to mount the mini split for this 40-foot container office on the roof. And then I will get into why we're doing that. But we don't like to punch holes in the roof. So here are your mounting feet for the mini split. So we weld these tubes to the container, and then we put plastic in pieces for 1.5 inch tube on the end of those. These are rib nuts. And then you don't have to weld into the roof, and the mini splits on the roof. So generally with a high cube container, if you have the exterior unit of the mini split on the roof, you're going to be over height. This unit is staying local in town, so it's not going to be a big deal for us to sneak it over there. We're not going to go under any like 12-foot bridges, but 14 feet is generally the height you need to be at to not be over height. So without getting to a long dissertation on over height, over width, and what you're trying to dodge, we're going to be okay with the exterior unit of this mini split on the roof of this container because it's going 7 miles away, so we're good to go. But that's why we like to put the mini split exterior unit on the end of the container because it never interferes with anything. If we ship two 20-foot containers, we can always face them opposite directions, and those mini splits are never affected by what we're doing, over height, width, anything like that. When you get onto the sides of the container, anything over 8 feet 6 inches is an oversized load, over width, and if you're shipping it pretty far, turns into a problem. So this is a triple 40-foot high cube office. We're getting the shocks for the shutters nailed down at this moment. You've got to position those mounts for the shocks exactly the same. I think this one looks low compared to this one. So we like them a little bit low so to drain water. You can have them a little bit high like that and cut vents in them. So however you want to do that. But when you're doing these shocks and shutters, that's what you're looking for. Because if one of these is just like a 1/2 inch off the other one, which equates to literally 1 millimeter on this mount, because all of that is like exponential growth on things being out of whack. That's the thing to watch for, is everything has to be exact on those. So these are getting shutters, 40-foot high cube. I've shown you guys how we frame a 40-foot high cube with 2x3s. We just stack up the bottom plates and the top plates a little bit, and you can see we're there. They don't make 10-foot 2x3s, and the interior of this container is like 8 feet 11 inches tall. So you can see with one extra bottom plate, one extra top plate, we are there. So those ceiling joists are just kind of holding this framing apart for right now, but you can see how we frame these as well. We do not drill into the container anywhere. The bottom screwed into the wood floor. The top is locked out. Your ceiling joists lock the frames out, and everything is attached to the container, locked down tight, good to go, and you didn't put a single hole or weld in the container. We do not like touching the factory paint of a container under any circumstance. It's a nice zinc paint, so the minimal amount of touching the factory paint as possible. Now you can see here where we cut our 48 by 36 window in here. This is the precision we're looking for on that cut. We've got like a 32nd of an inch when we cut these window frames in, and then you can see where we stitch welded that frame in, and then we use polyurethane sealant on the outside. We've got the sealant formulation locked down. The reason why I'm going to start selling my own sealant is because when I went to go get sealant for shipping containers, there was nothing good on the market. It wasn't obvious what you should buy. You don't use it every day. You just need to be able to buy a product and trust that it's the right product for what you're doing. The Chinese have a really good polyurethane sealant they use on the inside of containers, and that's essentially what we're going to be selling. And it's really similar to like a Sikaflex 221, but this is it right here. If you go into a used container, this sealant has been there for years. It's paintable. You can see they painted over that sealant after they sealed these. So this is the similar formulation to the sealant we're going to sell. What I did was go to 12 or 13 different Chinese manufacturers, give them the formulation, the formula for a Sikaflex 221, which is a very high quality polyurethane sealant. And then we tested all of those for months. So we're going to start selling that sealant. So if you guys want details, let me know. We're going to have it on Amazon. So I'm excited about that. It's going to be called like Simple Sealant or something to that effect. So what I want to show you guys in this 40-foot high cube office is we've got 3 offices. We're going to have partition walls between these offices. No doors walking in between these offices. That's what the customer requests. We were initially, because we like to put the mini split on the end of the container, the mini split was going to be down here. We're going to have to push that air through that wall and that wall to get it to the 3rd unit. Well, we figured out pretty quick, we don't like that. We're not going to go that route. So the mini split's going in the middle, and it's going to be a 24,000 BTU mini split here above this window, and we've got still about 12 inches below the ceiling for airflow. That's what they recommend, that your indoor unit for your mini split's about 12 inches below your ceiling. We've still got that, and then because we're in the middle here, 16.4 feet of mini split line's not going to reach the end, and we're going to have to snake through all this stuff. So we are going to coil the lines right here, and you're not supposed to coil those lines in a circle for the mini splits, but we're going to coil those lines down and around, and then the exterior unit of this mini split's going to be on the roof of the container here, which is a little bit unusual, but it does have its advantages. It's not on the outside. People generally aren't going to vandalize something on the roof as easily as they would the end. But for shipping, having the mini split on the roof can be a little bit challenging depending how tall it is, how you're shipping it, and how far it's going. So that covers the framing in here. As soon as we get done framing, this is going to get spray foam. We will insulate the divider walls with probably a foam or something like that. And then we do always insulate the floor. So that's where this one is at, a triple office. If you guys are interested in anything like this, please email Carl, C-A-R-L, at simpleshippingcontainers.com or Dallas at simpleshippingcontainers.com. We've got a lot of quotes ready to go. Just give us a few specs, or we can 3D design anything you've got. Carl's great at doing all the design work for any of these. And we'll get you a quote, and I think we're getting ready to build some units going to Canada, so we'll see if that pans out. On these Dellas, I like Della, Pioneer, and Sinville are my 3 favorite brands of mini splits from Amazon or online. All of them have great reviews. I've had really good luck with Della. We're kind of on the Della train lately. I like their app the best. And They've got the black interior unit for the 12,000 BTU mini splits, and so most of the time, if I can use that black interior unit, that's the way I'm going to go. You can see usually we've got a bunch of mini splits stacked up here, but this is considerably larger than the 12,000 BTU mini split. Obviously, this is the unit going on this office. That's still going to be overkill for a 40-foot container. We always like to have a little bit of dry powder on the mini splits. I mean, why not go a little bit bigger? It's just marginal cost to go larger, especially when power is not a factor. So 24,000 BTU would be up to 600 square feet. We've only got 320 square feet here. But what I was going to show you is on this 24,000 BTU mini split on the Della, they send you this nice, like perforated, lot harder to kind of snag or get caught on stuff on the coolant line. So that's a cool little perk of the larger units for the Dellas. I think the Pioneers have those lines no matter what. So there's these little nuances with all the mini splits that you'd notice if you had them all the time between each manufacturer. And for example, here's another one. We've got a metal guard on the exterior unit. On the 12,000 BTU units, you've got kind of a plastic screen going around here, which you're not trying to prevent someone from punching it, just like leaves and stuff like that. So anyway, always impressed with Della. Haven't had really any problems with them at all. Oh, I can show you the 12,000 BTU situation here. So instead of a metal screen, it's kind of like a netted plastic. So just kind of think that's interesting. I mean, yeah, obviously it's cutting costs, but they're in an extremely competitive market selling mini splits, so it is what it is. This is the double office. That door's locked. We zigzagged these containers, doors over here, doors over there, and that got the mini splits where we needed them. Joining these together was a little unique because your corner casting, your corner posts are a little bit longer on the door side. So if you look at this corner casting or corner post compared to this is a little bit longer, and that's because it has the door hinges in it. So when you zigzag these containers and hook them up, this end is a little bit wider than that end. So you've got to drill all your bolt holes to bolt these together, appropriately. So you've got to be thinking about all that stuff. Now that's all hidden now. So in the industrial applications, we like painted OSB, very durable, lasts forever, all spray foam. And then we go with surface mount electrical. Can't go wrong with the surface mount. They wanted quad outlets everywhere. We're happy to oblige on all that. 150 amp service. We mark all the circuits, what goes to where. So this one's actually going to have quite a bit of power for a container office. And then on the water heaters, if you're going electric, do a little tank heater. The on-demand water heaters for electric draw a ton of power. So if you're just washing hands and you want hot water, just go with a small tanked electric heater. That way the water is heated up before you even use it and you're good to go. The on-demand electric water heaters just are very challenging and draw a ton of power. So if you do not want a tanked water heater under any circumstance, go with gas if possible. So what this customer wanted was a mini split separated from the other mini split. They wanted to have these two areas totally independent of each other on HVAC climate control. So that's what we did on that. One more thing I'll show you guys for the weekly update. I want to show you this out here. Excuse the window, it's a little bit dirty. This container is getting painted North Carolina blue. So we peel the graphics out in the sun before we even move it into the shop. So if you need to peel stickers or graphics off a container, either do it in the sun or grab a heat gun. So we did that out in the sun. It was like 80 degrees outside. Kansas weather is crazy. It was like 10 degrees 2 weeks ago. So anyway, peel those stickers in the sun. We generally do not peel the stickers and serial numbers unless we're painting the container because there's no reason to, but they're not that big a deal to peel off. So last thing I want to show you guys are shipping container wheels. We've got these in stock and ready to go. I think they're the best shipping container wheel product on the market for various reasons, but they bite into the side of the container. They got a heavy duty spindle. These are the hubs that you want to get off Amazon for them. Uh, I've got another video on why we don't want to ship the hubs with the wheels, because they're a generic product, and Amazon has got those hubs at a million different warehouses across the US. So when we're shipping you the hubs, you're basically paying for the hubs and shipping. So we will just ship you the custom part of the product, which is just the shipping container wheel, which is the difficult part to build. And like I said, I've had all the different shipping container wheels. These are the best, and we spent a lot of time building these right. And they're all powder coated, so it should last you forever. If you're not happy with them, send them back. So uh, if you want to retail these, let me know. I can sell a pallet of them wholesale. I just need to know how many you want, and we can ship those direct to you. And we actually run a freight brokerage on the side. I've been doing that for about 11 years. So we can ship a lot of different products, basically very cost effectively. We don't have to use FedEx and what have you. So I think that's it for the week. We got shiplap laying around. Kind of talk to you guys about shiplap. Studs, every time we go get studs, we have them delivered. We just know, hey, it's easy, but we're going to have a bunch of crooked studs. So we always try to hand pick studs. I mean, there's a lot of stuff behind the scenes you guys don't see, but we're always trying to go into the store and hand pick studs that are as straight as we can get them. It just all goes back to quality for us. So it's quality, safety, quality, safety. Speed and production really are behind those. And for me, it's, when you do a quality product and everyone's working in a safe environment, these sales are going to come, and you don't really have to worry about sales and marketing. You get that name out there, do quality work, it'll get around, and everything will work out in the end. So the other thing is, if you guys are selling containers, if you want to consult on manufacturing or selling containers, I'm going to do that. I've been answering a lot of questions, and I don't mind helping guys out, but we are going to start franchising different markets. We're in Wichita, Oklahoma City, and Tulsa, and Columbus, Kansas. But if you guys want to sell containers, I'd be more than happy to franchise or set up those networks for you. But if you really want to dive deep and go into everything that I've learned in the past few years, start importing products from China, wholesaling containers, the whole bit, let me know. Dallas at simpleshippingcontainers.com, or you can direct message me on Instagram or Facebook or YouTube, and I'd be happy to consult with you for a couple of months and discuss how that would go and what that would look like. So you guys have a good rest of your week, and as always, thanks for watching.